back now at 8:39, and this morning on our special series, We the People, the debate over bilingual education. The Census Bureau predicts that by the year 2025, 1 of every 4 students in the U.S. will be Hispanic. NBC's Miguel Almaguer looks at how the trend is changing the look and the sound of schools and classrooms across the country. Miguel, good morning.
Natalie, good morning. As more Spanish-speaking English learners enroll in public schools, their teachers are caught in a tug-of-war between 2 educational philosophies. It's an argument that used to be debated in states like California and Florida, but now it's happening in areas you'd least expect.
In my mind, I'm gone to Carolina.
The landscape of the South tells its own rich history. North Carolina is old tobacco country, one of the original Confederate states. But on the fringes of cities like Charlotte, a new culture is blossoming. The Hispanic population here continues to boom. The impact measured not only by small Spanish markets and a new sidewalk culture, but also reflected in school districts like Charlotte-Mecklenburg. The influx of Spanish speakers has literally changed the face of education. Paulo Torres was among the first massive wave of Hispanic children here in the 90s and was part of the school district's first dual-language program.
1, 2, 3.
All subjects at Collinswood Language Academy are taught in English and Spanish. To every child, whether they're Hispanic or not.
Muy bien, gracias.
I think that that's the best way to learn a language, is to be immersed in 2 languages at the same time. You can have your native language and then learn another language, you know?
Education expert Patricia Gandara has researched dual language immersion and has written about Latinos in education.
A strong bilingual program is a better avenue for most Spanish-speaking students who are learning English.
They're wrong.
Ron Unz spearheaded the fight for English-only education. Nearly a decade ago, he helped pass initiatives in California, Arizona, and Massachusetts to ban bilingual instruction.
I think the results are incredibly better than they were 10 or 15 years ago, and that's shown by the test scores.
A recent study suggests the bilingual ban may have failed some students in Boston. Those struggling with English are dropping out at twice the rate since the ban went into effect.
It's very important when you go to your regular classes.
Nearby in Amherst, Massachusetts, former bilingual teachers admit they too struggle with English only, but have since adjusted their lesson plans.
Is this program working?
I think it's working.
Back in North Carolina, Paulo Torres is going to college.
Paulo Guillermo Torres.
But in the ongoing debate between English-only and bilingual education, the reasons behind Paulo's success may be lost in translation.
No matter which side of the debate they support, there's one thing all educational experts agree on. With so many Hispanic students eventually entering the workforce, their education is tied to the future of our country's productivity. Natalie?
That's absolutely right. Miguel Almaguer, thank you for that report. And Raul Gonzalez is the Director of Legislative Affairs for the National Council of La Raza. And Margaret Spellings is the former Secretary of Education. Good morning to you both. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
And I think you both agree, you're both on the same page. You think this debate of English only or bilingual education really is a debate that we've moved beyond that as a society. Is that right, Raul?
That's correct. I mean, the way we talk about it is that's a 20th century debate.
Why do you say that, though?
Well,
because you still see there is a difference in certain parts of the country in how children are being taught.
There is a difference, but the debate has changed, and it's changed from should we use English immersion, bilingual education, to how do we best educate English learner students? And that's where the debate should be. And the debate has changed mainly because the No Child Left Behind Act said, we're not going to tell you what to do. We're just going to say, you better get results. And that's where the debate has shifted. That's where it should be.
And Secretary Spellings, as a former Secretary of Education under the Bush administration, you helped implement and you helped adapt the No Child Left Behind Act. Critics, though, say the legislation is good at measuring the progress of students, though it's not good enough in helping them make the progress to get the scores they need.
Well,
How do you answer
it's
to that?
a necessary but not sufficient step, and that is that for the first time we're really focusing on the results, not just just the process of whether it's bilingual or immersion, it's what's going to work for these kids under different conditions. And so that's what the focus is. Yes, we need to figure out ways to do things do things better, but the data is helping us do that. So, good teachers, regular interventions, tutoring, keeping up with kids and their progress, those are the things that are helping us get results. And Hispanic kids that are doing better than ever. And
should both languages be used? I mean, does that help them? I mean, when you look at the Latino dropout rate, it is pretty much at 50%, which is astronomical, and it's shocking. And you have to make these students get through high school to then be able to go to college, which is a luxury for most Latinos if they get to go to college.
Absolutely, and it's essential that we do this work, and it's not really my place or Raul's place to say, what the prescription is. The people on the ground, our teachers who are working with students, are the best able to figure out what's the right technique and strategy to help those kids get on grade level, stay on grade level, get out of high school, and then into college. If our demographics are such that many states are majority Hispanic today, and we must do this work. And I know Hispanic parents, like all parents, believe that education is the key to the American dream.
Yeah. All right. Well, clearly a lot of work needs to be done still. Raul Gonzalez and Margaret Spellings, thank you so much for enlightening us again this morning. And for much more on the bilingual debate, you can check out a special page on our website, wethepeople.todayshow.com.